The woman's gaze follows Measurehead as he leaves.
You hear that? That sound. He's breaking something.
Lieutenant looks towards the yard. Well, you wanted to stay here.
Yeah, Jean-Luc must be really tearing it up over there. I wish I could see it.
I also wish I could see it.
Mr. Measurehead has done a good job. Nothing is too broken or compromised.
Welcome back. So, if I remember correctly, what we needed to do was go back to Measurehead. Keep struggling with his name. And call me mañana, because why is nobody named normally in this game? Means Whale Fjord in Arden. I'm not even gonna try and pronounce that. Where did I come from? How am I supposed to know? No clue. This way? Also, I think I found all the money. See, I can highlight but I've been here, yes, for sure. So let's go back to Measurehead, because he needs to get the body down for me, which I really need to have him do. I don't think I can do this anymore, can I? Is there new money here?
The file cabinet stands steady as ever. Sliding out, a drawer presents you the folders you already... The drawer slide.
No, I don't think I need to, and I don't wanna, because it's taking up too much time, and I have no patience. What's this? Did I get a skill point? I forgot about that. Well, let's take a look at it some other time. Measurehead.
The unpromising race pupil returns.
Don't be such an asshole to your fellow duck worker. Yeah, get the body down.
So it was. My unpromising race pupil entered the harbor and used my superior to give me orders. I salute your cunning and will remove the body from the tree with my bare hands.
I'm grateful.
You're so noble, Measurehead.
Well, not really.
There's a but.
But?
But while I am gone, someone must stand guard on the bridge. That someone needs to be you. Both of you.
He turns to the lieutenant. Bummer, I was gonna watch him take the body down. I want to see that. Lieutenant, what if we don't want to do that? Okay then, or no way. Back off. What if we don't want to do that?
This is the uncomfortable result of not taking it down ourselves. I can live with a compromise.
Oh my, you're such a pushover.
Listen to your little friend. He is wise in his childlike way.
Childlike.
His mysterious race may yet prove fierce competition to my heroic haplogroup.
Well, okay then.
Babe, see that they stay here the whole time.
How long is it gonna take? And which one is this babe?
The woman's gaze follows Measurehead as he leaves.
Wait, is this his lady, the blonde one? I thought it was the other one. Where's my mouse?
So, you guys are like cops or something?
Oh, she's really smart. Why are you with Measurehead? Yeah, with the law around it. Apparently so. We're just trying to keep things from going to shit. That's very true.
Have you ever thought that maybe things should go to shit? I'm Katya, by the way.
The woman twirls her hair.
You hear that? That sound. He's breaking something.
Lieutenant looks towards the yard. Well, you wanted to stay here.
Yeah, Jean-Luc must be really tearing it up over there. I wish I could see it.
I also wish I could see it.
Look at you! RCM rent-a-cops! Guarding that bridge like Everott's lapdogs! Is this where it's at now? The RCM is for sale!
A loud voice booms in from below. Yeah, he's one of the contractors. What the boat lady, what's her name? Joyce? Told me about. He's out to get me.
Spoken by a mercenary, pretending to be a worker.
That's what I wanted to say. Yes, I am an unbelievably corrupt cop. I'm corrupt every opportunity I get. It's none of your business. I'll work with whoever I want.
A shrill laughter interrupts you, echoing across Martinez. Kuno. Then
Uh-oh.
the man turns to look behind him at the behemoth appearing around the corner, approaching him, walking past him.
He's back and a little dirty, or not. Oh no.
The corpse has been removed from the tree. Stand down and congratulate yourself. You have sided with Ray's victory today.
He brushes wooden flakes off his hands. There's been no side choosing. We did what we had to do to keep order. Thank you for your cooperation, Measurehead.
Farewell, ham sandwich. You are a union man from now on.
Mr. Ham Sandwich. Yeah, that's my name. Why not with the Hardy Boys? No, let's just leave. This is enough for now. So he got the body down for me. I'm glad he did. Oops. Also want to get to that box. Don't know how. Also need to speak to him, I think. But I forgot about what? A key or something?
So, how'd you like our harbor?
He stares at you with hazy eyes.
You've been in there, he means. Talked to the boss man too, probably.
Labor Utopia.
It's but a rest area on the path leading across open plains.
He notes solemnly, then turns to you, a wide smile adorning his face.
Right. You talk to the boss, eye to eye, like men of the plain. If you have any more questions, I'm set to talk.
Any idea who killed the hangman?
The mercenary, eh? Who could have killed him? That's indeed the question. Why even do such a thing?
So he shrugs and then he shakes his head solemnly. The Merc was hanged with a very specific type of cargo belt, one often used in heavy transport areas, for example, harbors. The harbor is a prime area of suspicion. In your opinion, are the dock workers involved in the killing? Is that too direct? Let's use this one.
What a thought! Why would noble workers resort to such a thing? Unless they were pushed, of course.
He scoffs, looking shocked. Pushed how?
Your dead guy was an enemy combatant.
Hold up, what does that mean?
He was an agent of the opposition, attempting to undermine our honorable efforts.
Did you kill him?
I ain't the murdering type, but that's just me. Large organizations like our union have all sorts of men, with all sorts of skills.
So you're admitting the Union killed him?
He's not lying about not doing it himself.
Yeah, I got that drama.
Understood. This has been of limited use. Still, thank you.
This has been of limited use. He just says that to him. He takes a note.
No problem. I wish the best to you in your search. Sure, I'm glad it's not my search.
He takes a sip from his flask. Wait, weren't his eyes already hazy? And he keeps drinking. Said you have a key.
A key, huh? What door is this key supposed to open?
He runs his fingers through his mustache. To a weasel? I was hoping you could tell me. I don't know, some whistleblowers, I think. Let's say this.
Of course. I got you. You don't know anything.
He taps the side of his nose with a little wink.
I got that key right here. And let me tell you, it's mighty good of you to help us out during the strike. Working class solidarity, as they say.
I saw an opportunity and I took it. I'm a hustle grinder. I heard something about a weasel and it didn't sound like a local polo weasel, if you know what I mean. Wink. I'm not opening this door for myself, for all working men. I'm not really doing this for political reasons.
Oh, so the none of the above type are you? I get it. I like to keep my distance too. But it doesn't matter. It's a good thing you're doing. Thanks. What you're looking for is a basement door behind the greenhouse. That's behind the wailing in rags. That's all I know. Our organization is what you call compartmentalized. Means we keep out of each other's business.
Yeah, kind of like, isn't that with the mob also the same? That you only know what you need to know?
Okay, but where did you get the key from?
Or is that only in movies?
The janitor gave it to me. Nice fella. We talked about life and things that really, truly matter.
Oh, his gaze wanders off in the distance. I thought he was going to say that.
None of this mess we're in. This jiving and juggling. What's it for? To feed our children, I guess.
He doesn't wait for your answer. Anything else I should know about this task, this weasel person, when he'll be home?
I'm more of a philosophical dock worker. I like to talk about the big picture stuff. Who I am, who you are, what we are fighting for.
He shakes his head and he takes a big sip from his flask.
He means he's not going to tell you, cause he doesn't know. But he will shoot his mouth off with you now that you're working for Everard.
That's handy.
Who he is and what they're fighting for? This is interesting.
Wait, working for Everett, by the way. Am I? Did he recruit me in some way? I thought I was being blackmailed.
We're negotiating our share.
Your share?
Aye.
He seems pleased with himself. That's all he says. Wait, so not wages or pensions. How large a share would you like?
All of it. However, right now we want all the harbor workers to be on the company's board, so they could take part in the decision-making process.
This seditious talk sounds like communism. Just so we're on the same page, communism is basically wanting to kill the rich people or deporting them to a labor camp in southeast Grad. But don't say that out loud if you're a communist.
The bossman Everett, what can you tell me about him?
I think it's best you make up your own mind now that you've met him. In my eyes, he is a capable organizer and a decent businessman.
What does bossing the union entail anyway?
I guess you kind of get to be the village chief. He oversees the harbor, makes deals with the owners or other relevant parties, watches out for his own.
By that, you mean corruption?
By heavens, why would he not be corrupt? We live in a harsh and disordered world, see? And in this world, the old man is corrupt for our benefit, and we know it. Appreciate it even. He is, personally, not too lavish.
You're right, he's very ascetic. The desk seemed lavish to me.
He is reasonably lavish, sure. That's his prerogative. It's not like you want a saintly demeanor on a corrupt motherfucker. That would be a manipulative illusion.
A little.
Besides, there are no non-corrupt systems in the world anyway. And moralism is the most corrupt of them all.
So he's a bit of a smooth talker.
This man has political theory, and it has not failed him today.
Are you a communist?
No. I don't think I'm a communist. Seeing something of value and saying I want it all to myself is a much older and simpler notion. No science to it at all.
He paused to think for a moment.
Even a weak child can think it. The only things holding someone back are I can't and I shouldn't.
Cool, I don't have anything to add to that.
A none of the above kind of man. No harm in being that.
You said that before. You seem to spend a lot of time thinking about the political situation. Yeah, I don't want to speak about that anymore. Got the picture.
Sure thing.
A gust of wind blows through his hair.
What is this? News of the world? Talk about personal stuff. Get to know him.
Wait, I don't even know. Suggestion, I haven't had that many. That often. Wait, I don't even know your name. Who are you?
Call me Mañana. I'm just a humble harbor worker for the past 6-7 years.
Yeah, but I already knew this name, didn't I?
Mañana sounds like a Mesk word, but he doesn't actually look much like a Mesk. Not a given name for certain. It's a taken name. The kind for artists, or criminals, or revolutionaries and the sort. An alias. A nom de guerre.
I'm sure I've done this before. Maybe the game forgot. Well met, Mañana. That's a sweet-ass name.
A name worthy of the man who holds it, friend. Names are important.
Hold on, have you had any other names?
Plenty to go around. Don't get greedy and try to swipe mine, though. You got your own.
Smells merrily. So it's a nom de guerre?
A nom de guerre would be more like Guerra Mañana.
He chuckles, then realizes something.
Now that we are getting so well acquainted, what's your name?
Wait, do I know it?
Be honest with him.
I think it's Harry. I lost it while drinking. Okay, I think it might be Harry.
Harry. It's cool, but I'm sure you could come up with something even cooler.
He repeats with a quizzical expression, and I have Inland Empire. Okay, I have a name for myself, but it's 28. -1, you're Harry. Oh, that's annoying. If I'd known that, I had chosen that. Too bad. Leave.
What's this? We're getting reports of normal, reasonable, temperate, political opinions somewhere in Martinez.
That's me, Mr. Reasonable. Someone's gotta keep it sane around here. This is because I keep saying none of the above to political stuff, isn't it?
It's also about that, but it's also more. Perhaps it's the hangover. Perhaps it's a temporary surge of serotonin. But something tells you it's time to become a citizen of the Kingdom of Conscience.
No more talk, sign me up. No, I'm too fiery for this watercolor. ideology. I'm trying to develop more extreme and interesting opinions. Opt out. First, where is this kingdom of conscience?
It is not a place. It is a moment in time that can only arise in the right circumstances. In all of human history, it's only been achieved a handful of times.
That's an honorable goal. Nod your head approvingly. That's a stupid goal. I don't know. Gee, this is so not the game for me because I'm so bad at making choices. I normally can't even pick what I want to eat, let alone make life, how do you say it, consuming choices. I don't know. This sounds a bit cool and a bit fake, so let's just do that.
It is, isn't it? History's greatest catastrophes have been brought about by people trying to make the world a better place. Too quickly.
I agree with that.
That's the genius of Dolores Day. She recognized that progress is meaningless if its gains are lost because of instability. Real, lasting change can only come about gradually, increment by increment.
But what about all the things that are wrong now? Okay, but what's the kingdom of conscience actually like? This sounds mega boring. Count me out. This is such a childlike reaction, by the way. I don't know.
Tisk tisk. Just because you live in the present doesn't mean you have the right to place your needs above the needs of the future.
But it kind of feels like I do have that right.
You may never live to see the kingdom of conscience. Your children may not. Even your grandchildren might not. But that's no excuse not to keep working. What rationality? What sang-froid?
Wait, is the kingdom of conscience really about doing things or just preserving the status quo? That's a good question.
Do you believe the status quo is preferable to chaos and bloodshed?
Maybe.
There you have it. Sometimes holding the line is progress.
But what is it actually like?
The kingdom is difficult to comprehend and even more difficult to describe.
So dry.
Partly because humanity will need to discard many of the categories that define and limit it today. The kingdom of conscience is post-capitalist, post-national. It's also post-industrial, post-ideological, and even post-sexual.
Sounds incredible. Let's go there right now. That seems fine. I still want to live for the present though. Opt out. Man, that sounds kind of terrible. I don't think I want to be a moralist anymore. I don't know. Still want to live for the present. Let's do that.
What you want is immaterial. The kingdom of conscience is coming, whether you like it or not. Only very slowly.
Why are you threatening me? Aren't you in my head? Alright, that was useful, I guess. Let's go see where the body is. And not speak to that contractor, whatever he's called. Mercenary. And let's hope that Measurehead didn't wreck everything. But he could have. Wait, she's here now. Oh, but this is one of the mercenaries, isn't it? I think it is. Or are there two people? No, just one. Well, that might not end well then. Never mind. What's wrong with you?
You missed a good show before. A kid came by and completely fucked the tree to pieces.
He fucked the tree up! Fucked it good! It was porno!
Wish I could have been here to see it.
Shoot that shit at Kuno, Pigonaught.
Got any speed?
Fucking right, pig. Kuno's filling bathtubs with that shit. Kuno's a kingpin.
You're yanking my chain, aren't you?
Don't be yanking your shit in front of the Kuno. Kuno's always serious, always rolling. Big kilo, but you ain't getting any. Get the fuck off.
Belying the act, he's actually telling the truth. Or at least 0.00001% of it. He has a little speed. He's just not giving it to you.
Alright, but good to know.
You need to befriend him first.
Yeah, that's never gonna happen. Bye.
Kuno doesn't.
Boring, she says.
The corpse lies on the ground among the remains of an absolutely demolished pinewood branch. It's gently laid on one side.
Wait, so did Measurehead do that? Place it neatly like that? Beautiful, wipe a tear from your eye. Well, it's down. Celebrate in a more reserved manner.
Mr. Measurehead has done a good job. Nothing is too broken or compromised. The victim is ready for a field autopsy.
A field autopsy?
Yes. 1. Investigation of the scene. 2. Initial examination of the victim. 3. Field autopsy. 4. Transportation of the body to the morgue. We are on number 3.
We're on number 3 already. Wait. So we did 1. Investigation of scene. 2. Initial examination. 3. Field autopsy. Oh, I guess so.
The RCM's 4-phase murder scene processing manual.
Doesn't sound too complicated.
The fuck are they on about?
I don't know.
Cop's gonna cut his shit up.
Then we have someone else for this, a doctor. Let's say that.
No, you and I are detectives. The honorary rank of detective signifies our ability to handle the entire incident chain. From autopsy to cleanup to social work. Everything.
Everything? Wait, honorary rank of detective. Yes, I feel like a detective. I don't think I'm a detective.
An honor and a burden attached to your rank once you've proven yourself able. Usually after 5 to 8 years of field work. Mine is lieutenant detective.
So he's higher up than me, is he saying? Yes, I feel like a detective, let's say that.
You are. Your station would not have assigned you on this case if you weren't. Now,
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
First, what exactly is a field autopsy? Tell me something, dead man. Try to remove the boots. Let's say this first.
come on, officer. You know what a field autopsy is. You've done 100 of them.
He pulls on a pair of latex gloves.
What you do know is, at 18.9 kilometers, the dormant shield volcano, Corpus Mundi,
What the
is
hell?
the world's highest summit, and the failure of the 38 single, Et puis descend, to crack the top 20 was the death knell of disco. But what a field autopsy is, you have no idea.
Do you have another pair of gloves?
Unfortunately, no.
I have gardening gloves. Maybe they are enough?
They are better than nothing. Tell you what, I perform the anatomical side of things while you will take notes.
We just fill this in, right? Show him the red field autopsy form in your ledger.
That's right.
He nods. Open your ledger at the field autopsy form.
The dead man stares in silence as you crack open the ledger. The bright red paper is covered in boxes and lists, describing the condition of his skin and organs in 3 parts. Above those, an 11-field info form needs filling out first. It begins with,
Let's jump ahead to the 3 parts. Let's do this. Begin. 1 assistant.
That's you.
Harry Dubois.
the corpse is indifferent to your scribblings, just lies there. The next box says,
2. Coroner's case number.
KK57-0803.0815.
Write it down.
Next,
3. Name.
we've heard the nom de guerre. Lely. It's better than nothing. Write it down.
Write Lely nom de guerre.
What's next? Date of birth?
Date of birth. Not.
NA.
Age.
Roughly 50.
Lieutenant corrects his glasses.
dry 40. The damage is so extensive, it's better to err on the young side.
I'm gonna write approximately 42.
He nods.
6 race.
Mondial.
Fair to olive-skinned, from the Isola of Mundi. This is as vague as it gets. You might as well say whitish.
Write it down.
The pudgy mess of curdled meat looks neither mondial nor anything other.
Sex.
Fucky, fucky!
The little monster exclaims energetically.
Male.
Pigs can have sex.
Right, fucky fucky. Right, male.
Nor does he look male, with his pregnant belly and indistinguishable face.
Date of death.
We're still going with March 4th. 51.
So write that down.
What else? 9. Body identified by is non-applicable. 10. Case number is the same as the coroner's case.
He looks over your shoulder from all the way over there.
KK 57 0503 0815 listens motionless, with the cargo belt still around his neck. Only one box remains.
11. Evidence of treatment.
None. At least not after the initial examination.
I'm not so sure. Didn't the footprints look like he was carried over?
They'd have to have incapacitated and carried him over. This man was more than a match for untrained dogwalkers.
He places his hand on the dead man's chest as if in preparation.
Your central nervous system recognizes this gesture. It's the stations of the breath. Ecclesiastic, religious in nature, a holdout from pre-DeLorean burial rites. It takes him 2 seconds to perform. Then, somewhere in Jamrock North, a small wood shed behind Rosencrantz Row, Lieutenant Nick Feuerbach puts his hand to the chest of a small corpse, no larger than a monkey. It's raining outside, light drizzle. There is darkness in the shed. Elsewhere yet, an obese female sits in a wicker chair, her silhouette bull-like against the window. Outside, Grand Coudon. The day is turning dim for Sergeant Mac Dawson. Hand extended, he approaches, to make sure she is dead more than anything else. And so, all across Jamrock, Coal City, GRIH, 42 deceased persons found today, 42 stations of breath.
Today.
We should start the postmortem.
So I'm starting to remember stuff apparently. A little bit grim, but fine. Turn the
The
page.
corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest. It no longer meaningfully interacts with its surroundings. A thicket of boxes and lists on red copier paper tries to answer why.
I think I need to do all of them, right? External examination summary.
Clothes. The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs. The make of the briefs is Babrodine, I think. Let's see.
He turns the body onto its side to check the underwear label.
See, it's happening.
Babrodine, yes. Inexpensive. Size M. Color white.
Can you imagine your 2 detectives having to do this serious job and there's these 2 kids just constantly criticizing you?
The disappointment is
The
palpable.
disappointment.
The red-haired thing was expecting something more lurid.
Yeah, she should go watch TV or something. Write it down.
The rest of the clothes have been removed post-mortem by scavengers in order to get to the victim's ceramic armor. Officers are in search of the missing pieces. Removal of the boots is left for processing.
Oh, I was gonna wanna do that, but fine.
It would be clever of you to omit the boots altogether, sire. If you are to keep them for yourself, as you ought to, you have deserved them more than anyone else.
When am I gonna get them?
Patience. After the autopsy, before the body is taken away, there will be a window of opportunity. After the lieutenant has gone to sleep. I hope this has helped you, my liege.
Omit them.
Tattoos.
He stands up, feet planted on either side of the body.
The upper torso is covered in a single, continuous tattoo resembling a microelectronical circuit board. It reaches from the right shoulder to the heart. The ink is blue and white. The assistant has a color photograph of the markings to be added to the case files as document A1. The photo is taken on the scene using a Trigat Mini.
Write it down.
The deceased has a belt for airlifting cargo around his neck, tied with a hangman's knot. Color yellow. Length 3 meters. There is a buckle on the other end.
Also write it down.
Well nourished, athletically built, measuring 1.8 meters. Generally consistent with age 42. Preservation is good. Ambient temperature below freezing.
He produces a measuring tape.
Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with the age. The deceased had male pattern baldness. Hair is combed back, short.
Touch the corpse's hair before moving on. Write it down. Let's just write it down.
Lividity is consistent with hanging, albeit faint, as noted. The head is congested. Contusions are present on the head, chest, and thighs, consistent with stones thrown post-mortem. Low velocity.
Oh yeah, we know who did that.
Fucking low velocity. You think Kuno doesn't know what you're talking about? Velocity was fucking max.
So you can't work in this environment, can you?
Talking shit about Kuno's velocity.
Do you even know what the word means?
In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, and chest. consistent with predation.
The lieutenant pays no heed. Write down, but amend for high velocity? No, write down.
Ligature mark.
Oh, that's all he says. The lieutenant produces a small folding knife. With the other hand pulling on the belt, he starts cutting into the polyester. The stench is horrid. After a while, it's obvious the material cannot be cut. Did the weather just change or something? Or do we have sun? Suddenly something's different, right? That's so funny. Continue.
The steel wiring. There's too much of it. We need to remove the belt so we can get to the ligature mark.
He concedes, breathless.
You got just the right tool for that. The chain cutters.
Good thing we got these chain cutters.
Always good to think ahead. Now,
He points to the rope squeezing the dead man's neck.
we need to cut the belt to see the ligature mark below. Carefully, with as much precision as you can.
Do you trust me to do that? I don't know if I
See,
can.
my pig is gonna fuck his head off.
I hope not.
No, he ain't. Your pig's a boring fuck.
Low. Cut the belt off. I'm not your pig, Kuno. Look for a good spot to cut.
The belt is equally tight around the whole circumference of his neck, swelling over the edges like white bread rising from the east. The knot is the weak spot. The chain cutters fit in there. Steady now, like a flower arranger. 2 cuts and it should come loose.
It's 72. Interfacing gave instructions. I think this is gonna make it lower.
After some deliberation, you sink the cutters into the knot tying the belt together. You squeeze the rubber handles together, sweat forming on your brow.
Press down.
Snap. The knot is slashed. Another cut and the belt falls apart like a flower bouquet, revealing the dead man's neck and the dark red ligature mark around it.
The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. The suspension point is in the back of the neck.
The lieutenant has kneeled closer, running his finger along the dark red groove until there's a gap.
Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. The mark is well pronounced, consistent with a drop from 1 or 1.5 meters.
Write it down.
Chest is intact, normal contour. Abdomen is protuberant, pelvis intact, genitalia.
He pulls down the man's underpants. This is something the kids are gonna comment on for sure.
No, it's gonna happen. See,
I knew it.
I fucking knew it!
This is clearly what they've been waiting for, ever since the autopsy began. The lieutenant is trying to make it as boring as possible.
Also, why do that here? Couldn't you have just taken the body somewhere, I don't know. Any other place would have been better.
Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No evidence of injury.
Unremarkable. Write it down and move. I don't want to inspect the genitals. No, thank you.
Back is symmetrical and intact. Upper and lower extremities are intact, but asymmetrical. There are combat injuries on the right hand, thigh, and hip.
He struggles to turn the corpse on his side. Well, he has done it already 2 times, so what are you talking about?
In addition, I see smaller, residual scars, too numerous to count, covering about 30% of his skin.
That's a lot.
From wounds sustained over 2, maybe more decades, dispersal and accumulation indicates long and active combat duty.
This scarring is extensive, way more than the law officials.
We have a real museum here. Of battles, wars.
He nods. Write it down.
Last item, hands.
So, I just realized this is just item 1, the first thing we are doing. Yeah, how long it takes. It takes them, and I should have maybe noted the time how long this takes us to do, but because it could easily be a couple of hours. He takes the man's right hand in his, inspects it, then moves on to the other hand. Let him work alone.
Hands are clean. No sign of a recent struggle.
Were we expecting any?
I was. Maybe I'm just not seeing them. Honestly, this stench is making it hard for me to think at the moment.
Or maybe I should have helped him. Write it down.
Ooh. That's all for the external. Well done. What next?
He turns to the side to breathe. It's not enough. He buries his face in the sleeve of his jacket. You hear a muffled voice. Internal, that's even worse.
Central nervous system. I have nothing. Do you have anything on this man's central nervous system?
Oh, he says and then concludes abruptly.
Of course, There is a moral to be drawn from it. A moral to this story.
Like what?
What would that be?
He looks at you inquisitively.
The dead man looks, too, with barely contained excitement to hear the moral of his story.
The brain is very vulnerable to compromises in its blood supply.
I think that may well be the moral of every story, officer.
The lieutenant grins. All right, non-applicable.
Good. Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth. Not injury related. Eyes and tongue protuberant. Hyoid bone. Let's see.
He gets close to the mouth hole, eyes squinting from the stench.
With his eyes almost closed, the lieutenant puts his hand on the dead man's throat and begins to massage it, gently. A rotting smell erupts from the mouth. Purge fluid runs down his lips, black and viscous.
Yeah, jack that fucker off!
The hyoid bone is fractured. The rest of the musculoskeletal system is intact. Unremarkable.
He says after a while.
Respiratory system.
Back hunched, as if in prayer, he begins to pry open the dead man's jaws. He stops to exert more force. Both hands are used.
Oral cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received dental implants, possibly after a combat wound. Mouth swollen. Hemorrhaging present in mucosa of the lips and mouth.
Look inside.
No scream, no sigh of relief rises from the darkness inside. It's humid there. Sickly sweet air, unlike anything living. You feel like you're about to throw up again, straight in that mouth of his.
Look deeper inside just because I can.
It's hard.
Oops.
Once more, you taste stomach acid in the back of your throat. A contraction. Your throat pumps a little something from your stomach and into your mouth. You're forced to swallow, just to keep looking.
All right, shouldn't have done that.
Inside, you see darkness. Just a mess of meat and darkness.
I thought, why didn't I help out a bit?
There are ancient mysteries down there, Kobo. Ask me later.
All right.
Hemorrhaging present in mucus.
The lieutenant repeats impatiently. He lets go of the jaws. The mouth snaps shut before you. Write it down.
Hepatobiliary. NA.
Why? Don't we have anything?
Are you a hepatobiliary expert?
He looks at the corpse's stomach with a mixture of tightness and disgust. I don't think so.
Neither am I.
Write it.
Same for toxicology and serology. And
Both?
unless you have untapped reservoirs of knowledge there.
Toxicology, I might.
Reservoirs? No, but do they take obscure trivia and odd tidbits?
The completionist in me wonders if there's something we could still do. No, let's just write non-applicable.
Cardiovascular. The body exhibits heavy lividity. Blood has gathered in the hands, feet, and neck. Hypostasis is visually consistent with the hanging.
Write down.
Gastrointestinal.
He breathes a sigh of approaching relief. This is the last field on the list. He looks around, to the ground, the pool of feces there.
This will do.
Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila.
He touches the corpse's bloated lower abdomen briefly. Omit the voila. Or keep it, let's omit it.
What's next on the list?
Description of injuries.
Let's see. We have bite marks, contusions on the head and chest, and a ligature mark encircling the neck. You'll need 3 fields. Leave a 4th one too.
See, the lining is definitely changing. That's so cool, because the sun was just here, and now it's over there, so it's turning around slowly, and then it's getting dark at one point. Anyway, what did he say to me? It doesn't really matter which one I choose, I guess, except this one, because it's ending the autopsy.
Head, chest, and scalp bite mark injuries. Predation by birds has caused damage to the body. Odontologist does not need to be consulted. And your opinion, officer?
Beneath the description, there are 2 boxes waiting to be ticked. Opinion, fatal injury, non-fatal postmortem. Scalp bite mark injuries, birds. I think postmortem.
Agreed. Next injury?
Contusions.
So, the scalp bleeds from a post-mortem head injury, a stone. The injury does not have the rim of an early inflammatory response. The perpetrator on the scene has confessed to causing it post-mortem.
That's true.
At maximum velocity. velocity, fucko!
And he keeps confessing.
Has confessed to causing it at maximum velocity.
Write down.
Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and chest, where the countless stones have hit the dead man. Beneath, the description of injury. 2 boxes.
Post-mortem.
Right. Next?
Ligature mark. What's the 4th injury field for?
Nothing. Just in case.
Oh.
A dark red abraded ligature mark encircling the neck, with a gap on the nape measuring, let's say, 7 centimeters. The hyoid bone is fractured, the cervical column intact. I see hemorrhaging on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. Depth of the mark, 1 centimeter. No signs of clawing on the neck.
Below the note, 2 customary boxes wait to
This
be
one is
ticked.
fatal.
We have established cause of death. It's not much, and it leaves much to be questioned. But it's a start.
He cracks an uneasy. I just skipped that because he just keeps saying the same thing.
Let's wrap this up. I pronounce this field autopsy over.
I'm getting a lot of experience, by the way, from just doing this. He produces a small black plastic roll from his jacket, a body bag. First, how did it go?
Well, we established probable cause of death. Some would say that's the goal of an autopsy.
What else?
We were thorough with the list of injuries, too. We described them all in detail. What is there to say? Given the circumstances, it was a professional field autopsy.
What now?
I need a copy of that autopsy form. Then I will drive him to Faubourg.
Uh-oh, is he gonna see that I didn't write down the boots? Rip out a copy. I guess I have to.
For processing.
He looks at the dead man one more time, then at the slip of red paper in his hand, then at the corpse again.
He's thinking, did I miss something?
Well, I did.
You tilt your head, also looking at the corpse. I'm sure we didn't get everything. There's always something.
Very low. Wait, what? Stop wasting time, you're smart? Is that because I'm smart, this is low? Is that why? Tell me something. That man tried to remove his boots. Let's bag him, take him away. Let him then take the body away without further examination. I can do this, but the game said something that I need to do this when he's asleep. I could try.
I thought we decided to leave it to processing. Let's not turn this into some kind of circus.
He shakes his head. See?
Damn it. This is turning into some sort of mega puzzle.
Yeah, it's just annoying.
Okay, so you can sneak out of your room maybe, after he's gone asleep.
Oh, alright. So I can't do that. Tell me something, that man.
Shoot, Looney Rooney.
You said you have ancient mysteries.
Oh yes, Kobo mi Lobo. In the gift horse's mouth. Tracts and wakes and waterways. Ancient materials buried.
Yeah, but to where, brother?
Just a small gulp away. My beloved Kobo. A small gulp away. Come back later, Kobo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible, also see me in your dreams.
Alright, so I guess... Also, this is not fair because it was 3%. Now I have look in the mouth plus 1. It's still 3. Nothing changed. Well, anyway, I think I'm just gonna leave. Because I want to do that again, but I can't right
The man
now.
is decomposing visibly now. Every hour, he looks less like a creature and more like a pile of intestines. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Yeah, no, leave. What now? I don't know. What I could do is maybe, but did I need to leave the door open? Is that here, not here? I'm not sure.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite.
This isn't it. Didn't they say the basement behind the Whirling in Rags? Like here, but how do I get there? Or over there? Basement. Could be. Because that lady is here. I want to speak to her. How did she get there? I want to know. Or up. She's up somewhere. Oh, all right. Well, you know what? I think I did a lot already. Even though maybe it was quick. So we have send victim's body to processing. Well, I don't want to do that because I want to steal the boots when the Lieutenant Kitsuragi is asleep. So once you're done with it, send the corpse to processing. Lieutenant Kitsuragi will take care of it. Check twice to see whether you're done with all corpse-related tasks. After you've sent the body away, you can take it back. See, I need to do that other one, but it's very, very low. So I don't think I should do that right now. Send it away, I mean. Open the apartment door for Everett. You have the key. The door's behind the greenhouse in the yard. A basement door. Yeah, but I can't find it. But isn't this the greenhouse? Wait. This is the yard. This is behind the greenhouse, so it's over here. It's that one probably. Yeah. All right. Oops. And the rest I haven't really done anything with. Not yet. Ooh, I also need to do this after 9. Right, so I should go to bed at 9, get up at 9. And go find the smoker and also steal the boots. That's what I should do. And find speed. I found speed, but Kuno doesn't want to give it to me because he hates me. And I hate him, so yeah. That's kinda... It makes sense. Well, I'm gonna take a quick break because as you may have noticed, I am sick again. And I'm getting very annoyed by it, but it's the way it is, I guess. So, yeah, I did what I could do at this moment. So I'm gonna take a quick break, have some rest. And at least we got the body down. So that's like a very important thing. And it gave us so much experience because we have 4 skill points. And I believe that maybe not last time, but the time before that, we upgraded skills. So it's not that long ago. So I think, by the way, we keep getting skill points. We should be able to spend them a little bit more than we are right now because it's going by really quickly. And knowing me, the game will have ended and I will still have 10 skill points that I haven't spent because I was saving them just in case. So let's try not to do that. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed and yeah, have a great day. Bye.
Thank you for watching. Curious what happens next? Subscribe to my page so you don't miss anything.